Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Analysis. I'm so excited. Just in case if you cannot tell, I mean football everywhere you turn. My name is Omolabake Raji and I'm coming to you live from the studios of CTV. The show is brought to you courtesy at Damasli Foundation. How are you? Hope you're very well. Is the team in action right now? Have they played yesterday? Are they playing on Sunday? Or are they playing on Monday? Hit me up, let me know. You know how much I love to hear from you guys. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The handle is CTV Live. Or make sure you can do me an hashtag football analysis so I can know you're talking to me. And on TikTok and YouTube, it is CTV Live 1. That's the handle. You can also leave me your thoughts, your reactions on WhatsApp, all right? Send me a WhatsApp message. Don't call the number 0901-5601-908. I'm not doing this alone. Of course, I've got with me our very own MC Biscuit in the house. I've got Chisom Okpala on the line. Hi, Chisom. Welcome to the show. Hello? Hello? Hello, Chisom. Are you there? Oh, there. The network just isn't cooperating there. All right, then. So I'm trying to... Hello, Chisom. Are you there? Oh, look at that. The network.
I was hearing, but you can't hear me.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh.
Finally, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, I was hearing you, but you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. All right, then. But I think we're good now. Hi, Chisom. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me here again. It's another exciting weekend. And what more can we expect from football if not goals? And that's what makes it merry and fun.
Yes, so absolutely. I already have goals. The first game in the Premier League this weekend, match day 15. West Ham United welcoming Chelsea to the London Stadium. 1-2 it currently stands. Chelsea are 2 goals. Okay, they restored their lead. Chelsea did score first, courtesy Thiago Silva, and then Lanzini did level for West Ham United from the penalty spot. So 1-1 it stood up until Mason Mount reinstalled Chelsea's lead in the 44th minute. So Chelsea right now, half-time it stands in that particular game. Chelsea are currently ahead in that one, 2-1. So are you surprised with what you've seen so far about the game, or you still expect a couple of surprises to go?
I still expect West Ham to score because I picked in the game that West Ham would get something from this game. So Chelsea scoring, well, that's actually something we are not surprised about, but I expect West Ham to come fighting.
Oh, okay. So you see West Ham causing Chelsea a bit more problem than it caused them so far. Okay, then, let's see if David Moyes has something, maybe an ace up his sleeve or something in this particular encounter. Let's take a quick look at the lineup for both sides really quickly now, shall we? Before we go to other games. For West Ham United, we've got Fabianski in goal, Dawson, Zuma and Diop making up a 3-man back line. And in the middle of the park, you've got Kufal, Susek, Declan Rice and Johnson. And then you've got Bowen, Lanzini and Antonio up front. So for Chelsea, you have Edouard Mendy in goal, Antonio Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Christensen making up a 3-man back line, right? You've got Alonso, Jorginho Loftus-Cheek and Reece James in the middle of the park. Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech and Kai Havertz making up the front line. So let's see, are you expecting fireworks from this particular one? It's quite interesting to know that Chelsea, N'Golo Kante is not going to feature in this one. It's still out. Kovacic as well, of course, is still out injured. But for the midfield option, Thomas Tuchel have got Saul Niguez, if need be, to call upon him. Ross Barkley, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Okay, so up front, Christian Pulisic, Romelu Lukaku also is there. So, hey, basically, both managers, I think, have something to, to do. And then for David Moyes, his substitute, you've got Yarmolenko, you've got Pablo Fornals, Nikola Vlasic, Alfonso Areola, Mark Noble, Said Benrahma. Masuaku, I think, is common in this particular one. He will be coming on, I guess. I think the halftime the game has resumed. Alex Cry as well. And Johnson is the one making way for Masuaku. All right, then. But looking at the bench of both managers, basically, Wagwan, what do you think? Do you think maybe Romelu Lukaku will be needed in this particular game, or maybe not? Actually, it's common already. I think it's common. So Kai Havertz off for Romelu Lukaku.
Well, but Lukaku is still in Chelsea because how many? Well, it's still early days in the season, so I don't expect him playing against West Ham. But a West Ham team, well, they've considered two already. So, well, who knows? West Ham
Actually,
could actually get more.
Havertz has gone off now, and Romelu Lukaku has come on in his place.
Now that was something I expected from the beginning of the game because Havertz has no business playing forward for Chelsea. In fact, he's so ineffective playing that forward side for Chelsea team. Right now, Lukaku coming in, I would expect all balls going to him as a point man that he is, and with his muscles, he can bully the defense of West Ham. So I think that's the next game plan.
Okay, let's see if we're going to be seeing a couple more surprises in that one. 48 minutes played in that particular encounter. West Ham United 1, Chelsea FC 2. Let's move on to other games now, shall we? Of course, I'll be giving you guys updates as the game does progress. Newcastle taking on Burnley, and it's interesting to say the very least that Newcastle, they are winless in 14 games. They play 4 p.m. today. What would it require for Eddie Howe to do for Newcastle to actually win? For them, they've looked quite. The last 2 games, they've fared a bit better because they've been having problems scoring goals as well. They've scored, they just have not been able to hold on to that lead. So against Burnley now, what do you expect in this game?
Well, if I'm to put a mark on it, I would say this is a game Newcastle can get that first win. They can get that win against Burnley. Because Burnley, you don't know what side of Burnley comes into the game. It's either they are coming in attacking or they are coming in extra defensive. And against a Newcastle team, they will find their chances to be a little higher and they will come out to attack. And Newcastle might punish them for that.
So let's see how Eddie Howe's men are going to fare against Sean Dyche's men. So, hey, fingers crossed, 4 p.m. kickoff is the time. Another 4 p.m. Fixture that my eyes surely are going to be on. And I think you also are going to be looking forward to that particular encounter. It's a game between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Liverpool. So that one is happening at the Molineux. 4 p.m. kickoff is the time. What do you think? What kind of game are you expecting from Bruno Lage men and Jurgen Klopp's side?
Well, that game is the mood and the state at which Liverpool is right now. You expect them to just blow Wolves away and just get all 3 points and move forward. And though Wolves have been impressive defensively so far, at least they've kept 2 clean sheets, if I can remember. But against a Liverpool team that has a 3 front line that is scoring abundantly, Jota, Mane, Salah, I don't think they can stop those 3 from scoring. So I expect a Liverpool win in this one.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I mean, you did mention the clean sheets. They've kept 3 consecutive Premier League clean sheets, and against the high-flying Liverpool side that, like you said, their forwards they seem to be scoring goals for fun, and Diego Jota will be taking on his former side. And also the fact that Raul Jimenez is back for Liverpool. That's a Liverpool, beg your pardon. Am I saying something in the air? No, he's still a Wolves man. And the fact that he seems to be back and is back with his goal-scoring form for Wolves. And let's take a look at the game between Liverpool's last game against Everton. Once or twice, they fell in, so to speak. They lost guard, so to speak, at the back. And Everton were able to capitalize on that mistake. So do you see Wolves being able to maybe poke a bit of holes here and there in Liverpool's back line and perhaps punish them?
Well, one thing we have come to know Wolves for is they hardly concede so many goals. That is what we have come to know Wolves to be. So it's going to be a game where I'm expecting Wolves will come into this game quite defensive. So I won't actually want to peg them to score that goals per se. Now, Liverpool, once in a while, they look fragile at the back, but, well, when you have Robertson and Arnold throwing in those crosses, man, you're always going to be on the back foot almost every time. So it's a one-way ticket for Liverpool going there.
Okay, just let me say Liverpool taking it. We'll see how that particular game does go. Let's look at another 4 p.m., the last 4 p.m. kickoff for today in the Premier League. Southampton taking on Brighton. And the Saints right now seem to be struggling quite a bit right there. Rafa's Otto's side have just... they've not been as maybe as high-flying as you would think. I mean, they do prove their mettle on occasion. In this particular game, it's a proper mid-table encounter. Would you see taking this one? Brighton and over Albion, or the Saints will be doing this one for you?
Oh, that game has, I don't know, it is painted with draw all over it. Like, all over the game. It's painted with draw. I don't see anybody taking that game. It's delicately poised in the sense that the two, in fact, both sides come into the game with defensive mindset. They won't want to disturb themselves in the attack. That's how I see the game. To me, I expect it to be a very boring game. That's for me.
Okay.
For me, I expect it to be a very boring game, yes.
Well, I do hope both teams do disappoint in that regard. I want action, please. I want fireworks. I don't want no boring games. Boring games not allowed. Let's now move on to another encounter, which is the 6:30 p.m. Kickoff. Watford taking on Manchester City. On its last game, it did look as though they were going to pinpoint off of Chelsea, but that did not happen. So against another high-flying side, Manchester City right now, you really don't know where the goal is going to come from for them, but you do know they're going to score. Who do you see taking this particular one? Claudio Ranieri or Pep Guardiola?
I would have loved talking about traffic now, like cars going and bikes moving, trucks, than talking about the Watford versus Man City game, because we all know this game is a straightforward, one-way traffic kind of game. Yes, Emmanuel Dennis is in a very nice form, scoring back to back to back, but this is Man City. And Pep want to use this game. This is the kind of games where he racks in those number of goals, and I think Bruno is back, so I expect him to recover in the game. Though my special pick in this game is Bernardo Silva. He's been underrated and has been doing a lot of magic in that team. So it's going to be Man City taking this one.
Manchester City taking this particular game for you. Let's now move on to tomorrow's fixture. Leeds United taking on Brentford. Brentford's man Ivan Toney seems to be everywhere. But even at that, I feel like, what kind of game do you expect from both sides? Leeds United, would they like to attack. They play an attack-minded kind of football. Brentford as well, biggest to Thomas Frank, they don't sit back as well. So what kind of an encounter are you expecting from this particular game?
Well, this is a classic championship game, if you ask me. It's going to be end-to-end stuff. And Leeds are always going to come outside, gun blazing. And I have held one notion from the start of this season, and I'm still going to stick with that notion. Brentford is going to relegate. I don't know what kind of form they are in, but they would relegate. That's how I see it. Yeah, this is early season. They are looking so high-flying. When the chips get tougher, then we'll get to see which is the yam and which is the back of the yam. That is how I see this season going for both sides. Well, Leeds are going to take this one for me, and all eyes will be on Rafinha, which is as Bamford is still out injured, so Rafinha is having a month to lead the team. And Brentford are going to they're going to be a very hard nut to crack. But I expect a very low score line, but Leeds is taking this.
Okay, interesting you say that, because it seems as though the guys who are going down, they seem to have already known themselves. But hey, I'll take your word for it. Let's look at another game now. Manchester United taking on Crystal Palace. The new man for Manchester United is in town. The man is Ralph Ragnick, and he's going to be in charge of this particular one after Michael Carrick parted ways with the club. And for Crystal Palace, Palace are they're not doing so bad, right? But they're not doing so great either. And Manchester United maybe punching below expectation right now, but they did win against Arsenal. That's something to know. But the kind of form United are going into this game with, who do you think is taking it?
Under a new manager, everybody wants to impress. So I don't see beyond a Manchester United win in this one. Though Patrick Vieira is doing a very good job in Crystal Palace, but the firepower of Man U right now is, well, with a new manager in, we want to see what he brings to the table. And I don't know if Ronaldo is going to play today because I think he has a knock or so. Though, let's wait for what the game gets to give us.
Let's wait for that game and let's see what it's going to bring. Okay, then let's look at another game really quickly now, shall we? Still in the Premier League, of course. Let's talk about the game going on right now. Which other game is there? Oh, the West Ham United game. I think Chelsea averaging, what's it? Right now, 2-2 it stands. So, wow, Chisom, quite interesting to say the very least. The Hammers have leveled again. Chelsea's lead has been cancelled. Jared Bowen, the man for West Ham United, 2-2 it currently stands. Is your dream or your prediction, is it actually coming true?
I told you from the beginning, I don't see beyond West Ham taking a point in that game.
Oh, okay.
It's not a game Chelsea is going to win.
But,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, 90 minutes will surely tell that one, and I'll be sure to remind you some if his prediction does not come through, and then you can stick it to my face if it actually does come through. Let's now look at another game. Okay, back to the Sunday fixtures in the Premier League. Other games we're looking at has got to be, which other game did I skip? We've talked about Chelsea. We are talking about Chelsea. Talked about Wolves. Talked about Newcastle. Talked about... So let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur really quickly now, shall we? Tottenham will be taking on Norwich City. Did I say City? No, not that city, not that particular city. Norwich City right now. They seem to, I don't know, is it that they've lost the plot? Or is it that the championship is hungering them to go back to? Because what Norwich is playing right now, I don't understand it. I cannot wrap my head around it. What do you think Antonio Conte's men will be able to do to Norwich? Or do you think Norwich will surprise us actually and pick up points from Tottenham Hotspur?
Well, I want to start with, I think Norwich should just go to the administration and just say, we would like to just stay in the championship and be winning it. Because it's always like they stay in the championship, when it comes to the Premier League, count the stadiums around and go back to where they're coming from. That's how it has been almost every season now. Just one season here, the other season there. That one will go back, and that's how it has always been. Then for Conte's men, well, Heung-min Son scored in the last game, and I'm expecting Harry Kane to have something to do in this fixture. And Lucas Moura has been quiet for some time now. Those are where the goals are coming from. That's Tottenham for you. And I'm expecting them to just take the win handsomely. Okay,
talking about Harry Kane now, shall we? Who would have thought, personally, I'm finding it difficult to wrap my head around, that we are in December and Harry Kane, 15 games, 14 in some match centers, right? Across some, but this is week 15, right? Game week 15. And Harry Kane has just one goal to his name. Did you see it coming? Did you expect this?
Well, new manager, new system. And I think they've played with 3 managers now in less than 1 year. So it's actually crazy. So getting used to the tactics is something everybody just needs to look at. And right now, even Kane doesn't even know which pattern of game he should adapt to. That's the problem they're having in that team right now. And, well, I think he will find his foot, but for the Golden Boot this season, nah.
All right, then, Mo Salah seems to be leading that particular race, but considering the fact that the AFCON will be happening in January, so I think that might just give Kane enough time to catch up, perhaps. You never know, it's football, so I'm here for the fireworks, please. Thank you very much. Let's now move on to the Monday night fixture. Did I skip anybody playing on Sunday? Did I? So let's now move on to, beg your pardon. I'm so sorry, Villa and Leicester City. My apologies. Aston Villa also play tomorrow, and Stephen G's men seem to be hotter than fire. But will Leicester City be pouring water on their fire? What do you think is going to be happening in that one? That one is going to be happening at the Villa Park tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Nigerian time is the kickoff. A couple of Nigerian players are in the Leicester City side, so. Our boy is going to be shining like $1 million stars or not?
Well, this is a fixture I really love to watch. In the sense, it's not about the teams playing. It's about Benji Rogers versus Steven Gerrard, former manager and captain. And it's going to be very, very funny to watch. So, that game has fireworks written all over it. I have goals in that game that I'm expecting. No, I don't want to see beyond the draw in that game. I don't want to see beyond the draw in that game. A 2-2 draw, 3-3 draw. I expect drama anyway. I expect drama in that game. And I hope the friendship between Bernard Rogers and Gerrard is still intact, just in case.
Okay, let's see if that game would be actually coming with as much drama as I think it's going to be coming with. I expect fireworks really myself. I don't know, because Leicester City, I don't know. Games you expect them to win, they just flatter to deceive. Draws written all over the place. They score goals, but they struggle to hold on to their lead. So 2-2, 3-3 is what you see that's littered their season so far. I don't know if they're going to be turning it around against Aston Villa tomorrow, but hey, time will tell. The Monday night fixture now, the two wounded people, two wounded Lions, or okay, whatever they are. Everton taking on Arsenal. So for Evertonians, my bad. I didn't mean it like that. And for Gunners, I also did not mean it like that. It's just that the both of you people are wounded. Everton, last time out, got thrashed 4-1. At home, they were at home, they lost Liverpool. The Merseyside derby, for crying out loud. And for Arsenal, they went ahead against United, but they somehow lost the plot. 3-2, that one ended in favor of Manchester United. So you get what I mean by both sides wounded. What do you think is taking this one for you? Will Mikel Arteta's side strap and wear their big boy and girls trousers, or will Everton finally get their season going?
Well, this fixture is the only surprising thing about me for me in that game is how managed and how come that the manager is still there in Everton. It's baffling. I'm kind of surprised that he's still there. And this is a game where I'm not even expecting any magic in that game. Arsenal is going to take that game because Arsenal are not really in that great form, but compared to Everton, oh no. Everton right now, I'm even surprised they're not even in a relegation battle.
Okay, yeah, exactly. What do you think is going on with Benitez's side?
Benitez is playing so much in his head than on the pitch. That's the problem I see with him. He is not taking things practical on the pitch. He needs to be more adventurous. He's trying to be very safe, and that's his problem. Taking down notes should not be the priority. He should be more adventurous on the pitch. You look at other top managers, Klopp, Pep, they're always very adventurous. Once things go haywire, they change things quickly. But for Benitez, he's always trying to play safe, and he keeps pointing back to his face. While Arteta is beginning to learn the act of being adventurous, that's where the game is going to be on.
Okay, now back to Mikel Arteta, like you mentioned. Currently, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, right now, his form is not it at all. I mean, he's the skipper of Arsenal. And as we speak, he's on not so great form. Do you think Mikel Arteta just might be making a bold call in this one and leaving out his captain?
Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Well, if you ask me, well, as a fan of Arsenal club, I actually would love maybe in training today or tomorrow morning, Aubameyang should just have a broken leg or whatever he calls it, and just sit out. Yeah, that's just for me. Yeah, that's how I see it.
That's way too violent.
Because if you think, Well, that's not being violent. That's just taking it easy. At least if he's injured, I will know he's not going to participate in the game at all because he's one of the senior players in the team, and Ateta will find it very hard benching him. And you will not want to bench one of your highest earner in the club. That's the problem Ateta is facing right now. We don't want to have another Ozil situation in that club right now.
Okay, let's see if Mikel Arteta will be making a bold call in that one. Currently, Aubameyang's form is not just it, but hey, time will tell. Monday night is the time. Let's move on to the La Liga now, shall we? Barcelona will be taking on Real Betis today, 4:15 is the kickoff. Camp Nou is the location. What do you think is going to happen right now? Barca is sitting really pretty and quite comfortable in 7th place with 23 points to their name after 14 games played. Do you see Barca taking this one over Real Betis? Betis are currently above them with 4 points to the good, 27 points for Real Betis right now, but with 15 games played. So Real Betis are 1 game more than Barca have played right now. What do you think is taking this one? Xavi seems to be getting the points slowly but surely. Are you expecting fireworks in this game, or Real Betis just might? Would it be a surprise though if Real Betis takes this one? Saleh? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
please. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. And since Xavi took over the team, they've been flying, and against a Real Betis team, well, it's usually Real Betis are usually one of those banana peels for Barcelona, but I expect Barca to come out tops in this one. There a slim margin win, and well, then we'll see what they. Because I know one eye is on that game, another eye is on their UCL game, and it's going to be a very tough one for them.
Okay, but hey, I mean, you get to play what's in front of you first. I think they should be playing what's in front of them. But hey, if UCL is the target or the priority, we'll see what's going to happen against Bayern Munich over the course of next week. Let's now move on to the league leaders and their closest counterpart in Real Sociedad welcoming Real Madrid to their home. And okay, well, Real Sociedad are currently surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, in 4th place, and Real Madrid are 36 points to the good after 15 games played, and Real Sociedad 29 points they've got from 15 games. This particular game, Carlo Ancelotti's men are high-flying. Karim Benzema in phenomenal form. Vinicius Junior as well seems to be unstoppable. But do you think Real Sociedad just might be raining on Real Madrid's parade?
Well, the goal for Real Madrid right now, I see them, if they should go top of that table, I don't think they're ever coming down again.
They're currently top.
And that's the goal right now. Real Madrid?
Yes, 36 points from 15 games. Yeah, sitting pretty.
I don't even see them coming down. So it's going to be a one-way traffic for this fixture. The Real Sociedad have been doing well for themselves, and most definitely, like I usually tell people outside, Barcelona are Europa League favorite. Well, it's just normal. That's how I see it. I don't see them breaking into that. The only miracle they can do is to break into the top 4. But Real Sociedad are in top 4 to stay this season. They are looking so good. And, well, this is Real Madrid, and Vinicius Junior is taking everybody apart. Benzema is scoring and making assists like he's playing on some PS2, PS4. And, well, Real Madrid is taking this one anyway.
Okay, we're waiting to see the action. That's going to be coming out of the Real Arena. Let's now move on to Atletico Madrid. Now, shall we? Atletico Madrid will be welcoming Mallorca to the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. Diego Simeone's men have been they've not been so steady so far, but even at that, they're equal on points with Real Sociedad, but they're currently above them with goal difference. 29 points they've got, but they've played 14 games, so one game lesser than Real Sociedad has played so far. So do you think it's taking this particular one for you? I don't think Mallorca would cost Atletico Madrid any kind, well, I don't know, it's football, but something to note is the fact that Atletico Madrid, they seem to have been opened up more this season than the previous one because considering 3 goals, it's not the modus operandi for Diego Simeone's men. So are we seeing Mallorca capitalizing on that or not?
One issue I've had with Atletico De Madrid this season is conceding first. That's the issue I've had with them this season. And if they don't concede first against Mallorca, they're winning that game. Though Mallorca has proven to be very stubborn, like extremely stubborn. They are very compact in defense and in midfield, just that they are not really the scoring side. And that's where Atletico might catch them from. And Suarez, well, Suarez is looking, the age is telling on him now. And I think Diego needs to find something to fix that as quick as possible. Atletico is going to win that game anyway.
Atletico Madrid will be taking that one. Time sure will tell. Let's now move on to the Bundesliga now, shall we? Where I think is it so much of, okay, well, fairness to both sides. It's the league leaders and their closest counterparts, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. I'm talking about Dortmund will be welcoming Bayern Munich. And something to note, a talisman for Dortmund is the fact that Erling Haaland is back in the side for Dortmund. And Bayern, quite hungry, quite feisty, is the fact that after that debacle in the Ballon d'Or conversation and all of that stuff, Bayern seem to be hungry. So do you think Dortmund will be their closest victim, or do you think Dortmund just can switch it up over Bayern Munich?
You know, there's a saying that if you're the first to confront a wounded lion, you're in trouble. And that's the situation of Dortmund right now, because they are in front of a wounded lion, and that lion is not having any fun at all. So the only conclusion here is someone is going to get devoured, and it's not Bayern Munich, because Lewandowski would have to he would want to prove a point, and Muller, well, I expect him to actually be ruthless today, though that's not to say that there's not one guy, Haaland, in the other side. Though he's just coming back, I expect him to score. I expect goals in that game anyway. Though Bayern Munich are too strong in that league. In fact, that's Bayern. They should call that league Bayern's league, because they always take it anywhere.
Okay, so we should change the Bundesliga to Bayern. That's what MC Biscuit said. It's not me. I did not talk it. Let's now move on to action in the Serie A now, shall we? Let's see what's going on right there. AC Milan, who are currently topsy-turvy. They don't know which way is up. I mean, been doing quite well, but they seem to have lost the plot. I mean, they won 1 out of their last 3 games, but this time out they're playing Salernitana, and the game is already on. 4 minutes gone in that particular encounter. What we think in AC Milan? What do you think? I don't think Salernitana, beg your pardon. I always mix up this name. Salernitana is the name. Yeah, I don't know why. So many syllables and R and E going on there. What do you think is taking this one? Do we see AC Milan dropping point again today?
Well, because of that name, Salernitana, whatever they call their name, that's the problem they're having. The tougher the name of the club, the harder for them to win. That's how I see it. I'm really surprised how they got to this year. But, well, like, to mention the name AC Milan is very, very easy to pronounce. So I expect them to win. I'm only having the issue of AC Milan having grandpas as their strikers. That's my only problem with them. It's actually, I don't know why they had to go get grandpas to strike for them. There they haven't that issue. Today they are on, tomorrow they are off. Well, I expect them to get the win, but a slight one anyway.
Okay, AC Milan taking that one for you. We'll see. I mean, the game is currently on. goalless it currently stands at the San Siro. Another game tonight, or this evening, beg your pardon, AS Roma taking on Internacional. And, the special one is in charge of Roma. If you don't know who the special one is, but hey, it's Jose Mourinho I'm talking about. Let's talk about that game really quickly now, shall we? That game, quite feisty, I expect it to be fiercely contested. But Roma right now, they've not been so fantastic either. But something to talk about is the own boy, Tammy Abraham. It seems to be high-flying right now. Inter Milan as well. They're not, you cannot just write them off. You absolutely cannot. They're not doing too badly. Let's look at their position now in the Serie A now, shall we? The points they've garnered. The 34 points from 15 games played. Not bad at all. They're 2 points behind Napoli and AC Milan. Well, Napoli and AC Milan are both equal on points. Right now because AC Milan are currently playing. And AS Roma have got 25 points from 15 games played. Who do you think is taking this particular game?
That game, I'm taking the very bold step. Roma is taking that game.
Wow.
I don't know why, but first I want to factor in is Roma is at home.
Okay.
And again, Mourinho is facing his former club. So there's added motivation towards that game. Now this is a game everybody's going to be watching Tammy Abraham. Unfortunately, I will not put Tammy Abraham as my key person in that team to get the 3 points for Roma. Yes. I'm expecting the goal to come from a very odd place. Though Inter Milan are always going to be fighting hard, they are a very tough side to play against, and you can expect them to be very rugged, especially if they go 1-0 down very early. No, it's a game to watch. I expect fireworks in that game.
Okay, let's see if we're going to get fireworks like we expect. One game I think we are most definitely going to get fireworks in is the game between Napoli and Atalanta. 8:45 p.m. is the time, and Napoli are home. Atalanta are the ones who are the visitors in this particular game. Napoli currently 36 points they've got out of 15. They dropped point last time out, surprisingly, right? For Atalanta, it seems to be going really well for Gasperini's men. Their problem has always been at the back. Scoring goals is not the problem. Holding on to the lead is actually the issue. Napoli's talisman is not going to be there. Victor Osimhen will not be featuring. Who do you think is taking this particular game? And are we expecting surprises at all?
Well, I'm not expecting so much surprise. I would have said I want to watch Osimhen play, but he's out injured. And when it comes to goal scoring, Atlanta has that one on the high side. And when it comes to defensive play, Napoli has it on the high side. So that game, for me, is a cancelled game. I see a draw in that game.
Well, actually, I want to win. I want to win really bad, like so much. Someone has got to take it. Let's see who is the victor, who is the vanquished. Let's see who is taking that one. Let everybody know. Don't cancel yourself out. Right? No. Draw for what? No okra soup here. No ogbono soup needed here at all. Let's now move on now to the Liga, shall we? Which is our final stop. Where we're talking about the home of that team. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner, I'm talking about Lionel Messi. They go away to Lens in that particular game. Paris Saint-Germain sitting quite comfortably at the top of the Liga table, 41 points from 16 games played. Lens are not anywhere, I don't know, 26 points they've got from 16 games played. I think every road leads to a Paris Saint-Germain win. But the point is, it is football. Not many people saw Paris Saint-Germain drawing the last game to Nice. So are we expecting another kind of surprise in this particular game?
Well, fortunately for us in this fixture, Lens are an attacking team. They always come out, they don't sit back. So it's going to be end-to-end stuff. And everybody is going to be watching one man to actually ascertain if he deserves or doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or, which is Messi. For me, he doesn't deserve it, but well, who am I? I'm not voting. So it's going to be to me, it's an Mbappe show. I expect Mbappe to turn up for this game, and I'm expecting goals in that game. At least like 4 goals in that game. I'm expecting.
Okay, let's see if Paris Saint-Germain and Lens will be delivering on that promise. Now, shall we? Let's now move on. Let's go back. Basically, we're not moving on. We're returning to the EPL, the Premier League. Let's see that game currently going on. West Ham United taking on Chelsea. Let's see if we have another surprise right now. Let's see if either side. I mean, the Almas right now, they are not coming here. I mean, they are playing at home, so they are not playing with their head bowed, so to speak. They seem to be giving Chelsea a run for their money. Like in the okay, Chisholm did say that West Ham United are going to be picking points off of Chelsea. Let's see if that shall surely happen. It is 3 minutes played in that particular game. I don't know if West Ham will be able to hold on, or who is holding on? I think West Ham will actually be proud to get a point off of the league leaders. Chelsea, not so much. So let's see if we're going to be getting shocks. And, you know what I mean? 7 minutes is a long time in football.
Well, I still stand with West Ham taking something from that game.
Okay. MC Biscuit has called that one. Let's see. I mean, but hey, it's time to go. It's time to carry bags and all of that stuff out of the studio. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's football, right? It can be quite wild, to say the very least. So for the 4 p.m. kickoff, I mean, we should have the team list out right about now. So let's check that one. Let's see those match centers for the Wolverhampton-Liverpool game, for the Newcastle game. Really, let's see the team list and let's see who is featuring and who is not. For Newcastle Burnley, let's see team list. We've got Martin Dubravka in goal for Newcastle, Marquillo, Lascelles, Fabian Cha and Lewis making up a 4-man backline, and Miguel Almiron, John Joe Shelby, Joe Willock and Alex St. Maxim making up the midfield. Wilson and Joe Lindsay making up the 2-man forward force. And we've got Pope in goal for Burnley, Taylor, Tarkowski and Collins and Lowton making up the 4-man backline. Both sides playing a 4-4-2 really. McNeil, Brownhill, Westwood and Gudmundsson in the middle of the park, and Connett and Wood making up the 2-man up front. Let's now see for Wolves and Liverpool who features and who not feature. Wrong English, but you get it just. We got Sa in goal for Wolves, Kilman, Konokodi and Says in the 3-man backline. Nelson Semedo, then Donka, Ruben Neves and Aitnori making up the 4-man midfield. Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez and Wang making up the 3-man forward. For Liverpool, they've got Alisson Becker in goal, Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip and Alexander Arnold making up the 4-man backline. Thiago Alcantara, Fabio and Jordan Henderson making up the 3-man midfield. Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota and Mo Salah in the front line for that side. So I don't think much surprises there from both sides, really. I don't think are you shocked?
No, that's
the regular suspect.
Normal team shit, yeah.
The regular suspect.
People there.
And then let's look at the Saints taking on Brighton. Let's look at the back line, beg your pardon, the lineup. We've got McCarthy in goal for Southampton. You've got Livramento, Yanko, Salisu, Walker Peters, 4-man backline, Redmond, James Ward-Prowse, Romeo, Teller making up the 4-man midfield, Adams and Broja making up the 2-man forward line. Sanchez in goal for Brighton and Hove Albion. Brand, Shane Duffy, Veltman, 3-man backline. Cucurella, Nwepu, Bissouma, Gross, Lamptey, 5-man midfield, kind of making up like the wing backs being able to go forward and back. Neil Mope and Trossard, the 2-man forward. So no more surprises really for all of these people, just the regular suspect. A couple of changes here and there, but not huge changes. 2-2 still stands. West Ham United taking on Chelsea. I'm your girl. It's time to say our bye, Guam, and all of that out of the studio. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Chisholm. I hope you had as much fun as I did on the show.
Yeah, I had fun here. So I just love doing this. So, well, let's see how the weekend goes with the games that is about to unfold.
Yeah, it's going down. And a quick one, Milan have gone ahead in that one against Salernitana, 1-0. It stands for AC Milan. Francesco, the man, the goal scorer for AC Milan. We'll see if Salernitana will be given a response in that one, but we'll not be seen in the studio. Let's have the conversation of the show, right? Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's CTV Live, hashtag football analysis, and on TikTok and YouTube, it's a CTV Live 1. Till I come your way again, I remain your home girl, Amola Bakiraj, and like I always say, life is way too short not to experience this beautiful round leather game called football. But make sure you stay safe while you are at it. Make sure you stay well, all right? Stay blessed, and bye for now.